I had a cushion. It got taken over by madam. Now I have to get another cushion. Huh? Princess? Princess? Okay. See me. So Russ, you're gonna go on the blue mat. Great. Yeah. So they have a visual and I can hop onto my mat if I need to explain stuff. Okay. Nice to see you ladies all coming for the second round. Well done. Because you are warm now. So, you know, it makes, we're going to work on back bends a little more. We're going to go a little deeper because that was kind of the baby introduction. So when it'll be fine. You don't have to do everything. Cool. All right. So shall we begin? Welcome back. I'm going to present it as if it's a brand new class, just because there are going to be some people who do this as a recording, hopefully. So it is a thing unto itself. But if you did the basics class, it was a really good warm up because we are going to be working a little bit on backward bends. To take so backward bends are not something we do in our everyday life. Okay, we spend a lot of time typing, phones, driving, reading, everything's forward, 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 forward. And what tends to happen is over time, you land up as this little hunched up, like 70-year-old person with like a little, you know, Zimmer frame. And we don't want that to happen to our bodies. Because what happens is the more forward you fold all of the time, these muscles get shorter and tighter and they help pull you down and these muscles get more open and lazy. So when you do backward bending, you're doing the opposite. You're stretching out all of these muscles that are collapsing and you are tightening and strengthening your muscles behind you that help you stay more upright. So you're literally working on your posture when you're working your body in these different directions because you're not just letting it do what it wants to do, which is, you know, like, you know, watch Netflix. You know, you want a Netflix body by the time you're 80. So you want to move your body in all these different directions, even though it's more challenging to be in the backward bend. Our bodies are not as open and it's not as comfortable to be bending backwards as it is to be forward folding. Forward folds are associated with moving into the past, moving in on yourself, getting quiet. They're very calming to the nervous system and soothing. So forward bends are great if you are struggling from insomnia or if you're trying to wind down and go to sleep. Back bends are very invigorating. They're associated with moving into the future, forward, open, spacious, and you want to be free. You want to be have a nice open body, a nice open mind for moving forward into the future. But it can be intense because in the past, as amazing or as shitty as it was, it is known. You know what happened. You might make up your own story about how it happened, but still it's a known of what happened in your past, whereas the future is unknown. And that can be scary, you know? So backward bends are a way of working energetically with fear of the unknown. Also because you don't know what's behind you. But when you backward bend and get more flexible and open to going into that shape, then you get less afraid because you know what's behind you, because you go there every now and again. So, but it does mean we have to treat ourselves gently in backward bending. We're also working with the spine, and you want a spine that lasts you your whole lifetime, a nice, strong, flexible spine. So don't overreach. Don't go to a point where you're in pain or you're in intense discomfort. It is an interesting thing because we tend to associate being uncomfortable with being in pain. You know, it's just like anything that makes us uncomfortable, we want to change it, we want to shift it. You know, but yoga is going to challenge you. You are going to come up against some challenging shapes and poses. And you're going to have to navigate your own line between I'm really uncomfortable and I'm being challenged, or I'm in pain and I've gone too far. You know, and that's, no one can tell you except you. You're in your body. You're the one experiencing that. So rather err on the side of backing off, rather than pushing too hard, too far, too fast, and then you get injured and you have to take a break, and then you can't do yoga for a while or do other things for a while. So yeah, it's navigating that line between challenge and intensity. Okay, come forward onto hands and knees. Stack shoulders above wrists and hips above knees. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees high up off the floor. Press your chest back towards your thighs as you straighten out your legs, straighten out your arms. You're coming into downward facing dog. Put a soft bend in your knees. So it's not a big bend, it's just a soft bend. And then really try and press your belly button back towards your thighs. So Sam, a bit more of a bend, bit more of a bend in your knees. Yes. And then you can really feel your arms, your spine straighten. Try and turn your sit bones, those two pointy bits at the top of your bum, point those up towards the ceiling so that you really feel the spine and the arms stretch. Try and keep that sensation and then press the heels back down towards the floor as you work on extending the legs. Close the mouth, breathe in and out through the nose. 3 more breaths in down dog. Inhale. Exhale 1, straighten out the legs. I did say that. Inhale, sorry, didn't hear. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, hold, firm into the belly. Really drive the heels to the back edge of the mat, crown of the head to the front edge of your mat, and try and get one line of energy through the neck, the shoulders, the spine, the hips, the heels, and try and keep all of that and lift your right toes about 5 centimeters up off the floor. It's a little bit, that's way too much, more than 5 centimeters. Exactly. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale, lower those toes to the floor. Inhale, lift your left toes 5 centimeters up off the floor. Exhale 1. I know 5 centimeters is hard. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale, toes to the floor. Lift your hips up nice and high. Press your chest back towards your thighs. Downward facing dog. Inhale, slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Exhale to fold forward over your legs. Uttanasana, forward fold. Soft bend in your knees. Heel toe your feet into touch if they aren't already. Arms stay heavy, head is heavy. Slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Coming all the way up to stand, mountain pose. So come to stand at the front edge of your mat. Just awesome. And then reach your arms overhead, interlace your fingers. And then try and soften your shoulders away from your ears so that your arms aren't kind of clamping your ears. Your arms are straight, but there's some space in between your arms and the shoulders. Pull your belly in, melt the ribs into the chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend straight over to the left. Inhale, lift up to center. Exhale, bend straight over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. See if you can go a little deeper. Inhale, center. Exhale, nice and deeply over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend the elbows, cup the back of the head with the hands, elbows nice and wide. Take an inhale breath here. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest and bring your elbows towards each other. Your hands stay together. Yes. And then take 5 breaths to slowly roll your chin down towards your chest, your belly, your hips, and eventually your knees. So you're just gently using the weight of your arms to help you roll down. And when you're all the way down, touch your forehead to your knees, bend your knees, lay your belly button on your thighs. Good. Keep your knees that bent. Inhale, lift the torso, open the elbows. Lift the torso, open the elbows. You're in a squat. Lift your gaze, so look out the window. Yes, lovely. And then stand into the feet, lift all the way up. And then arch up and over, lay your head back into your hands. So trying to lift your sternum up towards the ceiling, supporting your head with your hands. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, arms alongside you, mountain pose. Awesome. I'm going to play some music and hopefully it's going to be a nice volume. Sam, feel free to just like give me emergency signals into the camera if it does go wrong. Hopefully it will just work nicely. Okay. We're going to do some Surya Namaskar, sun salutations to warm the body. Also get the spine moving forward and back. Hook your thumbs in front of you, spread your fingers, extend your arms. Take an inhale breath as you reach up, arch up and over, gaze up at your thumbs. Exhale, bend the knees, swing the arms overhead, interlace the fingers in the lower spine, straighten the arms and the legs as you fold, gaze through your shins. Inhale, hands to the floor, step your right foot back into a long lunge. Right foot back, rest, right foot back. So you're in a lunge. Yes, great. Lift your gaze, look forward. Try and lift your belly button off your thigh. Really extend back through that back heel. And then if the arms are ready, plant the hands and step back, downward facing dog. Hips nice and high. Inhale, forward to a plank. Exhale, lower the knees to the floor. Hinge the chest forward, bend the elbows just to 90 degrees. Just to 90 degrees. Elbows alongside, yes, good. And then press into the hands. Lift back up onto all fours. Tuck the toes, extend the legs, press back downward facing dog. So that's half chaturanga, and that's an awesome place to be. Or else come, inhale forward to a plank. Exhale, hinge forward, bend the elbows 90 degrees. Inhale, forward and up. Flip over the toes, lift your knees and thighs off the mat, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Okay, everybody's knees are down, which is not a good thing. I will show you in a moment. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, the knees, the chest, and the chin to the floor. Inhale, slide forward and up into a low cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, feet back onto your heels, and then extend the legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Okay, your level's gone too high. Gaze forward. Great. Right foot forward in between your hands. Gaze forward, stretch back through that left heel. So Sam, step your right foot forward. Yes. Great. And then pick up your left foot, step it alongside the right and fold forward over your legs. Inhale, bend the knees, hook the thumbs, spread the fingers as you straighten, as you arch up and over. And then bend the knees, swing the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, fold forward, chin through your shins, extending the arms and the legs. Hands to the floor, step your left foot back into a long lunge. Hold here for a moment. Really press your left heel back. Lift your belly button off your right thigh. Still, okay. It's always a fight with the music. And then plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees to the floor. Okay, watch me for a moment. So you can either do half chaturanga, where you hinge forward, bend the elbows, then you flip the feet, press down into the tops of the feet so that your knees and thighs lift off the mat and draw your chest through your arms. Then you can flip the toes, press back down dog. That is a softer option. Or else you can come into full chaturanga, which is hinging forward, bending the elbows 90 degrees, but then knees and thighs stay off the mat. Trying to drag your chest through your arms, up dog, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Okay, so you pick if you're doing half chaturanga or if you're doing full chaturanga, totally up to you. Let's all start in down dog. So extend your legs. Awesome. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, hinging forward. Bend the elbows 90 degrees, chaturanga. Inhale forward and up, up dog, knees and thighs off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Amazing. Lovely. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower the knees, the chest and the chin to the floor. Inhale, slide forward and up into a low cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, seat back onto the heels, then extend the legs down dog. Step the left foot forward in between your hands. Help that foot through if it doesn't come through. And then step the right foot forward to join it and fold over your legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, straighten the arms as you arch up and over. Exhale, come to stand. Awesome. So we did one round quite slowly. Now we're going to try and do one breath per movement. It is a lot, and it's a lot of new instructions. So don't worry if you feel like things are going too fast. Just breathe and move. You're just getting warm. We're just moving the body. You don't have to be perfect. You are learning. You are getting used to this. And the more you do it, the more it'll get comfortable over time. Let's take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale, hook thumbs, spread fingers, reach up, arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, swing the arms overhead, fold forward as you extend arms and legs. Inhale, hands down, step your right foot back into a long lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower the knees, the chest and the chin. Inhale, forward and up into a low cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, seat back onto your heels, extend the legs down dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Exhale, left foot joins right and fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, straighten the legs, arch up and over. Exhale, bend the knees, swing the arms overhead and fold. Inhale, hands down, step the left foot back into a long lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga or half chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower the knees, chest and the chin. Inhale, slide forward and up, low cobra. Exhale, tuck toes, seat back to heels, extend the legs down dog. Inhale, left foot forward lunge. Exhale, right foot joins left and fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, straighten the legs, arch up and over. Exhale, come to stand, Tadasana. Awesome. All done. Take an inhale breath. Exhale. Inhale, deeply bend knees, reach arms overhead, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, folding forward, take your hands to the floor. Inhale, rise onto your fingertips to lengthen. Exhale, either step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward in between your hands. Ground the left heel. So the left heel is at a 45-degree angle. You're pointing the toes towards the top left corner of your mat. Inhale, lift the torso up, bring your hands in prayer. This is Warrior One. Exhale, open the arms, shoulders, and hips, Warrior Two. Slide your left hand down your left thigh, reach your right arm up and over your ear, reverse warrior. And then take your right elbow onto your right knee, left arm up and over your ear, extended side angle, gaze at your palm. Then take both hands to the floor, lift your back heel, step back downward facing dog. You can hold it in down dog, or you can keep coming through the vinyasa. The vinyasa keeps you warm, but the down dog helps you catch your breath and helps you neutralize. So you can absolutely decide where you're at. Left foot forward in between your hands, ground the right heel. Inhale, rise up, Warrior One. Exhale, open, Warrior Two. Right hand right down right thigh, reverse warrior. Left elbow onto left knee, right arm up and over your ear, extended side angle. Inhale, both hands to the floor. Exhale, step back and lower chaturanga, or just hold in down dog. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, all meeting up and down dog. Cool. One more round like that. Right foot forward, left heel grounds. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, open warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, right elbow to right knee, left arm up and over. Inhale, hands to the floor. Exhale, either holding in down dog or coming through the vinyasa, yogi's choice. Other side, left foot forward, right heel grounds. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, open arms, shoulders, and hips, warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, hands to the floor. Exhale, either through the vinyasa or holding in down dog. We're all going to hold down dog for at least 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Keep your back heel lifted this time. Really extend out through the back left leg. And then lift the torso up, arms up alongside the ears. Gazes forward, unless you need to look at the screen for a moment. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, lower the left knee to hover just above the floor. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, bend and hover the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale to bend. 2 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Last one. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lower the knee all the way to the floor. Exhale, hands onto your thighs. Gently press your hips forward and down as you extend through your arms, lifting your heart up towards the ceiling, lifting your gaze. Space in the back of the neck. Big stretch onto the top of the left thigh. Then firm into the belly. Support the lower spine by really switching on the lower spine and see if you can arch up and over a little more. And then lift all the way up. Hands to the floor, tuck the back toes, press back downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward in between your hands. Really press the right heel back. Inhale, lift the torso up. Exhale, lower the right knee and hover. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Last one. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. And then lower the knee to the floor. Hands onto the side. Straighten out the arms as you sink the hips forward and down. Lift the heart up. Start to arch up and over. And then firm into the belly, especially the lower belly underneath the belly button. Really firm there so you can see if you can find more space in the thoracic spine rather than just in the lower spine, trying to find some space in between your shoulders, the other side of your sternum. And then lift all the way up. Hands to the floor, tuck the back toes, step back downward facing dog. Either coming through a vinyasa or holding it in down dog. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Awesome. Inhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Exhale, lower your left knee to the floor. Untuck the back toes. Step your right foot about another foot's length in front of you. And then flex the foot, extend the leg, and fold forward, shin towards your right shin. Stretching into the back of your leg. Inhale. Exhale. Try and imagine like you're trying to drag your right heel back towards your left knee. So it's not actually going to move. You're just energetically trying to suck that right hip back into its socket. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, tuck the back toes, extend the back leg, and then step back down. Step the left foot forward in between your hands. Lower the right knee to the floor. Step that left foot about another foot's length forward. Flex the foot, extend the leg, fold forward, chin towards your shin. So just get there, just like figure out where you're going. And then once you're there, try and switch it up a little more. By trying to drag that left heel towards your right knee. Trying to drag your big toe towards your left nostril. Trying to really suck your left hip back in space. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, walk the hands forward. Exhale, tuck the back toes, extend the back leg. Down dog. Vinyasa if you would like. Otherwise, just holding in down dog. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, lift your right leg high to the sky. So it's a down dog split. And you're going to really try and press your chest back towards your remaining thigh and really press your left heel down towards the floor. Yes, exactly. Inhale, come forward to plank. Bring your right knee in towards your nose and your right heel towards your bum. So really squeeze it in, lift your belly in. Next, inhale, extend that leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze it in, leg up and back. Knee to nose, squeeze it in so much that then you can lightly place the right knee on the inside of the right wrist. Extend the left leg behind you, untuck the toes. I struggle, both my hips are nowhere near the floor, so I struggle with balance. So I'm going to stick a block underneath my right bum cheek. I don't know if you need one. You can use a book, you can use a cushion, and then walk your hands back in line with your hips, somewhere in line with your hips. Good. Square your shoulders forward. Really firm into the lower belly. Take your right shin forward and down. Try and see if you can even bring your hands in prayer for a moment, so that you're really strongly using the legs and the belly. And then take your hands back to the floor. Don't lose that engagement in the belly and the front shin. And see if you can bend your left heel towards your left buttock by squeezing your left glute. Try and bring that foot towards your bum. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, gently release the leg behind you. If you have something underneath your butt, take it out. Hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the back left toes. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, press your left heel down. You can just release the foot to the floor and hold in down dog, or you can keep the leg lifted. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, all toes to the floor for up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg high. Press the right heel down. Press your chest back towards your right thigh. Inhale, come forward to plank. Bring the knee to nose. Exhale, leg up and back. Inhale, come forward, knee to nose, squeeze it in. Exhale, leg up and back. Inhale, knee to nose, squeeze it in, and then lightly place your left knee in between your wrists. Block underneath your butt if you need a bit of support for your balance. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Square hips and shoulders forward. Kick your left shin down, firm into your belly. See if you can find your balance. Bring your hands in prayer. Keep all of that engagement. Take your fingers to the floor. And see if you can use your right glute to bring your right heel towards your bum. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Gently releasing the foot. Move the block out of your way. Tuck the back toes. Left leg up and back. Down dog split. Exhale, hold. Try and keep the hips square. Okay. Okay. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. All toes to the floor for upward facing dog. Exhale, pressing back, down dog. Oh, thank goodness. Hold here, 3 breaths. Checking in with your breath. Try and keep it even and smooth. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Awesome. We're going to work on Bhujangasana, Cobra. So in the previous class, we did a low cobra here, right? This time we're going to use our hands to help lift our spine up. So start with your elbows underneath your shoulders. Forearms are parallel. It's important not to take the whole bend into your lower spine. So firm your belly to protect your lower spine, and then press into your hands and hover your elbows up off the floor. Strong, strong belly. Your pubic bone stays down, okay? You might be able to go a little deeper. So lower your elbows, walk your hands like 1 hand's distance closer, press into your arms, lift your chest. Strong belly to protect the lower spine. You might have more space. You can come down, you can keep moving until you find your own maximum. But the minute that your pelvis lifts up off the floor, you've gone too far. Okay, so your pubic bone stays down. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Pull your chest forward. Extend your gaze. Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. It should be harder to breathe. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lowering all the way down. Elbows out to the side. Make a cushion with your hands. Rest your forehead on your hands and gently sway your hips from side to side. And then lift back up onto your elbows. Walk your elbows back underneath your shoulders. Right forearm across the front edge of your mat. If your elbow's too far away, you're going to sink down. So you really want your elbow underneath your shoulder so it can prop you up. Bend your left knee behind you. Reach back and hold on to the inside of your foot with your right hand. You can just work here, trying to pull the foot down towards your back. Okay? If you have a little bit more space, start to turn the fingers same direction as the toes. Elbow will rotate up towards the ceiling, and you can use that hand as pressure to push your foot down. Square everything forward and press that foot down. Find your maximum. Stay there, but then kick your foot up into your hand. Your hand is not letting your foot go anywhere. Kick your foot up, kick your foot up, kick your foot up, kick your foot up. Your hand is not having any of it. Your foot is staying in place, but your foot is kicking up strongly. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, release that energy of the foot and see if you can press your foot down a little lower. And then release. Let's do the other side. Left forearm across the front of your body. Left elbow underneath your shoulder. Bend your right knee. You can work here, just drawing the foot towards your butt. Perfectly good place to be. Or swing the fingers the same direction as the toes. Elbow will rotate up. Press the foot down. Lift out of your left shoulder. Find your maximum where you're already getting a big stretch. Stay there. Don't let the hand move, but kick the foot up into the hand. Kick it up, kick it up, kick it up, kick it up. Hand is resisting, foot is kicking up so strongly. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, relax the foot and see if you can press down a little more. And then slowly release that. Make a cushion with your hands, rest your forehead on your hands. Sway your hips from side to side. Doing all right there? So if your back is feeling lots of intensity, especially the lower spine, it's a sign you need to switch on your front belly a little more so that you can take the effort over the entire spine rather than just letting it kink into the lower spine. Listen. Hands underneath your shoulders, elbows point up towards the ceiling, tuck your toes. Inhale forward and up into upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. And that should feel good to stretch it out. Press the heels down nice and low, hips up nice and high. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, extend your right leg high to the ceiling. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, squeeze it in, and then place your knee on the inside of your right wrist. Again, I'm going to use a block for a little bit of balance and help underneath my buttock. You can stop at any stage, all right? You might already feel like this is pretty intense, and just walking your hands back alongside your hips makes everything, super interesting. And if it's already challenging, listen, stay there. Otherwise, bend your left knee behind you. Try and squeeze your left heel towards your bum. Reach back with your left hand for the inside of your foot. Same thing again. You can work just pulling that foot alongside your hip. Or maybe you can move the fingers same direction as the toes. Elbow goes up towards the ceiling. Trying to press that foot down. You might be very fancy and very open. You might be able to slide that foot into your left elbow crease. You might be able to reach your right arm up and over your ear and take the full expression. Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, King Pigeon Pose. Nice, Sam. Exactly. Now try and square your shoulders, your torso forwards. Always somewhere to go. Nice. Very nice. And then gently release. Hands underneath your shoulders. Remove any padding, any props. Tuck your back toes. Press back downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze it in. Place the knee on the inside of the left wrist. Extend the right leg. Repeat to the other side. You might find one side has more space, one side has less space. That is totally normal. We are human beings. We have preferences of how we move through the world, right-handed, left-handed. All of that makes a difference and makes an impact on our bodies. And we just work both sides to eventually try and even things out. You can reach back for the inside of your right foot. Great. You can work here, just drawing the foot towards your bum. Maybe you can move the fingers same direction as the toes, elbow goes up. Maybe here is enough. Or maybe you can sneak your right toes into your right elbow crease and extend your left arm up and over your ear, taking a full bind for King Pigeon Pose. One-legged King Pigeon Pose. But no rush to be somewhere that your body isn't ready for. Just offering up the levels. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Very gently release the bind. If you have it, extend the right leg behind you. Remove padding, tuck right toes. Step back downward facing dog. Oh, feeling that release into the lower spine, trying to neutralize. Bring your awareness back to your breath. And then lower your knees to the floor. Separate your knees as wide as your mat. Your big toes stay together. Bum towards your heels. Reach your arms forward. Forehead to the floor. Child's pose. Softening, releasing, neutralizing, checking in with the breath. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, slowly lifting up. Move your legs out to the side so you can sit your bum on the floor and extend your legs out in front of you. Bend your right knee into your chest. Step your right foot all the way over your left thigh. You can stay here with the bottom leg extended. Ideally, you want both sit bones on the floor. If you can fold your left foot alongside your hip, great. Not underneath your bum, but just alongside, great. But otherwise, having the bottom leg extended is amazing too. Right hand in line with the base of the spine. Left elbow hooks on the outside of the knee. If your leg is extended, really flex your toes. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, press the elbow against the knee and use it to help spin you round. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, release, face forward. Exhale, counter. Extend the bottom leg. Bring the right knee into the chest. And then extend that leg out. Other side, left knee bend. Step it all the way across the right thigh. You can stay here or folding the right foot alongside you. Both sit bones need to stay on the floor though. Left hand in line with the base of the spine, right elbow on the outside of the knee. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, pull the belly button in and twist. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, release, face forward. Exhale, counter twist. Extend the bottom leg. Bring the left knee into the chest. Extend that out as well and give your legs a little shimmy, a little shake. And then move the fleshy bits of your bum straight back if you have fleshy bits. Arms alongside you. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hinging at the hips, take a forward fold over your legs. Paschimottanasana. You can hold on to your shins, to your ankles, to your toes. Try and find some length from the lower spine. And then folding from the hips. Each inhale, reminding your spine to remain long. Each exhale, seeing if you can move a little deeper. Inhale, length. Exhale to fold. Sam, relax your head a bit. Inhale, length. Exhale to fold. Nice. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Slowly lifting up. Awesome. Okay. So inversions. Inversions come with some kind of warnings because it's also not something that we do very often with our bodies, especially as we get older. When we're kids, we go upside down all the time. But as we get older, we get less and less playful. And then we come to yoga and we have to rediscover it all over again. So we're going to work on just on shoulder stand. But if you are pregnant, menstruating, have high blood pressure, if you're neck or shoulder injured, then you're not going to take shoulder stand. If you have any of those things, then you take your mat to the wall and you extend your legs up the wall. So your torso is lying down, your legs are up the wall, and your feet are nice and relaxed. That's a really soft, mild, restorative inversion. That's a really good one to take. And if you are neck or shoulder injured, then that's very beneficial as well. If you are none of those things, I like to pad my mat. So I just make a fold on the top of my mat, enough to kind of cover the length of my shoulder blade and a little more. You don't have to. But what it does is, if you feel at the back of your neck, you can feel like little bony, knobbly bits there. So if you take your shoulders to the edge of your mat and your head is on the floor, then those little knobbly bits are kind of open. They're not pressed into the floor. There's a little bit of space there. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to take my shoulders to the edge of the mat and my head is on the floor. And then there's space in between the neck and the floor. You don't have to pad your mat. It's just an offering if you feel like it. Okay, toes come up and over your head. Your toes may or may not touch the floor. If your toes touch the floor, great. If they don't, bend the knees, rest them on your forehead. That's a good place to be. Wherever you are, bend the elbows, walk your elbows in as close together behind you as you can manage, and bring your hands into the lower spine. Then everyone's going to bend their knees. Start to lift your knees up towards the ceiling. And then extend your legs all the way up. Salamba Savangasana, shoulder stand. You keep pressing your pelvis forward and your heels back to try and find a nice straight line. Don't dump your hips into your thumbs like this. Over time, you will get an injury in your hands. Also, you want to use the strength of the body to keep lifting up and resisting gravity. Gaze is up at your knees, your toes. Checking in with your breath. Even inhale, even exhale. Try not to look around when you are here. It's a lot of weight on your head and your neck. So your gaze stays straight up. Sam, don't look at me, just listen. Bring your hands closer towards your shoulders. So yes, on your back, exactly, beautiful, awesome. You can even cross your right ankle over your left. Flex your feet, squeeze your thighs together and use one leg to pick up the other leg. Yes, exactly, pull yourself a little taller and then switch the cross. And pull yourself up a little taller, like you're ratcheting yourself up in space, and then bring your feet alongside each other. Can you bring your heels more towards the windows? And can you point all your fingers up towards the ceiling, even your thumbs? Not yet. We hold inversions for slightly longer than the other poses, well, quite a bit longer than the other poses, to really reap the rewards of being upside down. It does mean you have to build some endurance. It might not happen initially, so if you need to come out, you're welcome to come out. Five more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale, three. Inhale. Exhale, four. Inhale. Exhale, five. Toes over your head, back through Halasana, plow pose. Again, if your toes don't touch down, you can bend the knees, rest them on your forehead. If your toes do touch down, straighten out your legs, reach your arms behind you, interlace your fingers. Great. Yes, and extend your arms. Lovely. And then release your grip, take your palms flat to the floor. Take an inhale breath. Using your arms and your belly as brakes, slowly roll out one vertebra at a time. Try not to pick up speed. Use your belly, Sam. Use your belly. Use your belly. Slowly roll down. I know. The good news is when your hips touch down, you can bend the knees. Place the feet on the floor and extend the legs. To every pose, there is a counter pose, and the counter pose to shoulder stand is Vinyasa, which is fish pose. Undoing any padding, if you had any padding, extend your legs, point your toes. You're going to arch your chest, lift onto your elbows, crown of the head up and over to the floor. So it's that same back bend arch in the spine, balancing on the top of your head, but most of the weight is in your elbows. Point the toes, extend the legs. Opening into the throat and the chest where you've been compressing. And then press into the elbows, lift the chin onto the chest. Come to lie all the way down. You're going to set up for the final pose, the resting pose. You might want to take a little release first. This one's called Happy Baby, where you bend your knees and hold on to the outside of your feet. You can sway from side to side. It's really nice for the lower spine. A little release, softening. If you need to take a twist or anything in particular that your body is yearning for, do that first. And then feet mat width apart. Arms a comfortable distance alongside the body. Head in line with your spine. Setting up for Shavasana, the final pose, the resting pose. Try and find you some nice Shavasana music. Releasing the breath. So no more control of the breath. The breath signals to the body that it's time to relax, time to let go. Is the music good for you? Give me a thumbs up. Good, lovely. Good for cats too. Shavasana is conscious relaxation. So try not to check out, try not to start planning the rest of your day. Just be here and now. Notice all the sensations against your skin. Noticing your breath. Maybe you can feel the body cooling and softening and releasing. Try and give up into those spots in your body that hold onto tension, even unconsciously. Maybe your jaw or your neck or your belly or your hips. Just keep trying to soften, release, let go. Tends to be one of the hardest poses because we aren't doing anything and we want to be doing. But to just be is a thing. It is something that you are doing. Trusting that you are exactly where you're supposed to be and doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Drawing your attention back again if it's wandered off. Slowly starting to lengthen and deepen your breath. Deep, full inhale. Long, slow exhale. Really filling up and emptying out. Starting to move the fingers and the toes. And then stretch the arms overhead. Stretch from fingertip to toe tip. Yawn, sigh, really stretch it out. And then flop back into the floor, just right where you are. So good. Then bring your knees into your chest. Hug them in. Gently roll over onto your right hand side, cushioning your head with your hand or your arm. Try and keep your eyes closed as you press your left hand into the floor and lift all the way up to sit. Hands in your lap or on your thighs. Just taking a moment to scan through your body. Noticing anywhere that feels intense, anywhere that feels open, anywhere that feels soft. There is no right or wrong. You are just noticing. You're just being very aware of your body. Bring your hands in prayer at heart center. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Thank you, Russ, for demonstrating so beautifully. Thank you, Nick, so much for managing us technically. And thank you all so much for being here. It was awesome to see you. Namaste.